In a previous video, I made a set of these really cool fruit slice coasters utilizing the Eufymake E1 UV printer. And they proved to be quite popular in the community. So much so that someone left a comment saying that I should do a burger set. And well, burgers are actually my favorite food. So I had to take up the challenge and do the burger set. I've gone ahead and created another batch of blank acrylic circles, and I think I have 11 here. I think that'll be enough for the burger pieces. This is just a clear acrylic that I've laser cut on my CO2 laser, and it's just got the paper backing. If you missed the first video on how I did the fruit slice coasters, I recommend going and watching that because that will give you the full workflow on how to make them. And in this video, I'm just going to do the process much faster and we'll just get straight into it. So I've got my blanks, I've got my UV printer, I've already generated the images of the different slices of the burger. So we're going to do everything like the bottom of the bun, the meat patty, the cheese, the lettuce, the tomato, and some sauces. So we're going to fill all these out. But let's first prep this because we need to take the protective sheets off and then we'll lay them out on the large bed for the Eufymake E1. And then I'll quickly show you how to just resize the images for these discs because there were some questions there about how did I get it so accurate. So I'll show you how to do that as well. All right, let's set this up first. Jumping over to the computer, I am using Higgsfield to create all my AI imagery. The reason being is like on Higgsfield, you have access to a whole bunch of image models. So I can use GPT Image 2 or Nano Banana 2, whatever I want to use, and it's all under that one subscription. If you want to check Higgsfield out, it's a great tool for AI, video, image, etc. You can check the links in the description. Really recommend it. So what I've got here is a bunch of layers of the burger that I've created. I've used this prompt to create it. So you can take a look at that. It only changed slightly between each layer to get what I wanted, whether it was a tomato, beetroot, or whatever. The main thing is I used an aspect ratio of 1:1. That way it gave me a square image. It's just easier to work with, especially for removing the background later on. And then I'd normally generate 2 of these and then pick the best one. What we want though is something nice and circular so we can kind of overspray it onto our acrylic discs and that will fill it in nicely. You don't want any gaps. So this lettuce will have to expand a little bit beyond, but I'll show you that when we jump over to Eufymake. What I've created is a few different layers of the burger. So we've got some lettuce, pickles, beetroot, tomato, we've got some sauces. Then there's a pineapple slice because I am in Australia and we do like pineapple on our burgers. It's called an Aussie burger. You got to try it. Mayonnaise, and of course the beef patty, some cheese, and the bread roll. I'm going to download all these images and then we're going to jump over to the Eufymake Studio software and I'll just show you how to do a snapshot and size it correctly. There's no 0-point alignment in my method. It's just take a snapshot and then size it a little bit bigger. Let's jump over to Eufymake. I'll show you what I mean. Now we're in Eufymake Studio and I've just finished taking a snapshot of the bed and I have contour auto detection turned on so you can see it's giving us a preview. It should work this time. It didn't in the other video, but let's give it a try. So finish. I don't think auto contours worked in this case again. It's hard to tell. So I'm not going to rely on the auto contour again in this case. We'll just actually go through, delete them all. Okay, all those auto contours are deleted. I'm just not trusting them in this case. It'd be nice if they worked, but we'll just do this manually if we have to. We're going to jump over. We got all our images here. So there's 11 images. I'm just going to select all and just drag straight into Eufymake Studio. Probably going to ask you whether you want to resize it. I like to just say yes to canvas. This way, if it's way oversized, it'll just come in a bit smaller and then I can resize from there. So we've dropped them all in. It might take a moment for them all to come in. So let's just skip forward for a moment. Those are all in now. I'm going to actually select all. So Control A or Command A, and I can quickly resize these. I know they need to be around 100mm in diameter, but because of the border of the image as well, it's a little bit bigger. So If we just set them all to the same size, then it'll just make it a bit easier to resize later on. Let's just say 105, and that's going to bring it down. And you can see they're all similar sizes now. Now, the next thing we need to do is remove background on them all. That will just get rid of that white. So you can do that by clicking on one of them. You can't do them all at the same time. Seems like you can only do one at a time. So click on one, go remove background and remove background. And then give that a moment. And once the background's removed, just check it. If there's any white in the middle of your image, depending on what it is, it might remove that as well. So you just got to be careful. Otherwise, you'll end up with non-printed areas in the middle of your coaster, and you don't want that. So now we just repeat that for the rest. I'm going to basically place them as I go and then remove background on each one. So I'll fast forward this part for you. Check it out. We've got them basically all resized, all with the background removed. So now we just need to get them a little more fine-tuned and in place. And the secret here, and people are wondering how I got them to align so nicely, it's because you want it to actually overspray. So you oversize it just slightly to make sure that it goes all the way around the coaster. So you get a slight bit of overspray. And that's why that orange matte, the silicone matte I have in the background here, that's the Ultimate Jig by Wham. It's really good because I can overspray on that all day long. And then once it gets too dirty, you can just pick and remove all that overspray and reuse it. So I really recommend that. Here, if we zoom in, if you do just have the normal matte, maybe put some paper down behind it if you really want to protect the base. Otherwise, just spray and replace it one day. So we need to go in. I'll just do it on one of them so you can see. As you move it around, as you click and drag, it will go a little bit transparent so you can see what you're trying to align to. You can see the coaster underneath and it looks pretty good. I do want to get this in line. I can use my arrow keys to just nudge it over just slightly like that as well. I think that will be good. It's very close on the edge down the bottom here. So just nudging it. Because the camera, those outside points, the very top and sides and bottom of the bed, especially the large bed, that fisheye lens, it does have some correction built into it, but it looks at it at a certain angle and it can distort a bit. So you just want to oversize just a bit and it should work. We'll try it out. We'll see anyway. I'll repeat again. So this one here, this one needs to be probably bumped up in size a bit. So I'm just going to enlarge it just slightly. And then we can nudge it over, looking for it to overshoot that coaster, maybe just a little larger. I think that's good there. If you can't see it well enough, you can drop the opacity of it. So you can go over here, drop the opacity down so you can see through it. You can nudge it around, resize it. And then when you're done, make sure you put the opacity back to 100%. Otherwise, it will print with opacity and you don't want that. So I'm going to continue through, do all the rest of these, and then I'll come back. I've now got them all resized and in position, and it's looking good. You can get them all in place and then just zoom in, make sure the opacity is put back up if you changed it, and you shouldn't see any coaster coming up from underneath. So I'm happy with that. Now the next thing you need to do is, one, set your material. I'm using acrylic in this case, and also we want to set the type of print. So we're going to select all, and what we want to use, because this is printing on the underside of the coaster and it will shine through the coaster, so you're looking into it to see the image underneath, you need to flip the way it prints. So we need to set it to, instead of going white and then CMYK, we need CMYK and then white. So that way that CMYK ends up on the underside of the coaster and the white acts as like a base behind it. So instead of white to CMYK, drop that down and go to CMYK and then white. We can then go back, and I also want to change my quality to high quality. This makes sure it gives me the best quality possible. And that's pretty much it. Now I can do a preview of this and then check how much ink it's going to use and the time. So you can go down here and estimate time and ink, give it a moment to calculate that. And we're looking at an hour and a half with about 10 milliliters of ink, with most of that being white. Once you're happy with that, you can go back and then we will hit print. Give that a moment to send over to your device, and we'll come back in an hour and a half and we'll see our finished results. Print is complete, and as you can see, we can't see what these look like right now because if I take one of these off, we've got it printed on this side with the white as the base, and we've still got the protective cover on the top. So let's take them all off, and then we'll start doing the big reveal of our hamburger slices, and we'll see how they all turn out. So let's grab all these. And they look all good, like can't see any problems with them. They've come through well. And I'll just show you a close-up of this Wham Bam Ultimate Jig. You can see what it does. So this is why this Ultimate Jig mat is so good, because you can see all the overspray has adhered to the silicone mat, but it's protecting the original sticky mat. And you can see there's some overspray on the sticky mat, which you can't remove. But this, if you actually get in here, you can actually peel it off. It just pops off. So this can get as messy as you want, and then you can just basically just pick it all off, and you can overspray on this as much as you want, which is perfect for the project we're doing right now. Let's start removing these backings. I don't know which one's which. I can kind of take a guess from some of the color, but let's start getting into it. So number one, and this looks like it is the top bun. Very cool. There's our top bun. Next one. What's this one? Ah, a pineapple slice. Very cool. Next is our cheese layer. Very nice. I think I can see this one is the pickles. Yep. And this one is the base bun. And then we have, what's this one? The main star, the beef patty. Nice. They're all coming through really good. Probably a tomato. I can see some red. Yep, a tomato slice. That looks really nice too. Pickles. We've already done pickles. What's the other green one? The lettuce. This must be the lettuce. Oh, that looks nice. That's pretty. And then we have, must be one of the sauces. Oh, the beetroot. I can see here, I didn't quite, I think there was actually a little tiny bit of the lettuce. I was trying to crop it out, but I actually put these two too close together and I got some overspray. So just be careful of that. Try and space these out just a little bit so when you do size them out, they don't overspray to the next one. But overall, it's fine. I can live with that. Next one, it's got to be the sauces. It's the mayonnaise, my favorite sauce. And the last one, it must be, I think it's the barbecue sauce. There we go, barbecue sauce. So let's stack this burger out, shall we? So we've got our base bun, put on some mayonnaise, beef patty, cheese. I think cheese would go next. And then you got what, I might go the pineapple, tomato, lettuce, beetroot, pickles, barbecue sauce, and my top bun. Check out that, that's a burger. The next thing we need to do is you'll need to get these cork bases with adhesive backing, because you will remove the protective layer so it's sticky, and then we will attach that to the underside of our coaster. That will protect the print, but also give it a non-slipping surface, and then the image will show through. But I was having a little trouble with this, getting the alignment right in the previous video when I did the fruit slices, because as careful as I was, I'd always end up with a bit of overhang or a bit of underhang. And one viewer gave me a really good tip, and they said to use a window cleaning solution and spray it on, and that way you can have a moment to line it up, and then it will dry out and it sticks in place. I think that same concept works for something like this, which is a window film solution. Now I had to get this because I did some window tinting in the house and it came with this. So I think it's the same principle. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to assume it's the same thing and see if it works. Let's give it a try. I'm removing the backing. It's nice and sticky. here's my window film solutions. We're going to give it a little spray. You need it nice and wet. And then we should be able to like sort of place this. And yeah, I can feel it. It does give you a little bit of movement. It doesn't want to stick down just yet. And then I think that feels right. So previously, I think the whole idea is like if it's really wet, then you still get a little bit of movement before it dries out. But that does feel much better because I do have that moment to actually like slide it around a little bit before I commit. So I think that is a good tip and it seems to work. Well, I'm going to continue that with the rest of these and then we'll be done. And there we have it, burger coasters. Thank you to the person who suggested it. It's really fun to get that feedback from viewers and get those suggestions and, you know, take an idea and take it even further. I've done fruit slices, I've done a burger. I think vegetables would be an interesting one to work with as well. Like the tomato, that came out really good. So I think vegetables would give a nice cut profile that you can do these coasters with. And I don't know, let me know in the comments what you think would be other good examples for things you can cross-cut and create coasters with. I might do another video in the future if there's some good ideas out there. Thank you so much to everyone that got involved, that offered their tips and suggestions like these burger coasters. I'll leave links to the project files in the description of the video. So if you have a Eufymake E1 and you want to do this for yourself, you can check out that project and just use the files I've already created and make your own. Otherwise, you might want to get a Eufymake E1 so you can do this for yourself. You can check the links in the description for that too, and for anything else I think is relevant to this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found value in the video. If you have, then please consider subscribing to the channel, and thanks for watching.